Favor and Blessing has been best friends since they were small girls. They grew up on the same street in a quiet village called Umuez. They shared everything: food, clothes, stories, and secrets. People in the village called them twins that came late. Favor was calm, soft-spoken, and kind. Blessing was bold, always smiling, and full of tricks. They were different, but they loved each other deeply. One evening, when they were both 18, Favor met Emmanuel at the village well. He had just returned from the city, tall and fair, with neat clothes and smooth words. Emmanuel smiled at Favor as she fetched water. "Hi, are you from this village?" Favor looked up shyly. "Yes, I live near the big mango tree." That was how it started. In a few weeks, Emmanuel was coming to Favor's house, helping her mother carry cassava from the farm, and sitting with Favor under the moonlight. He said he loved her, and she is different from the other girls he has met in his lifetime. Favor told Blessing everything. Blessing would laugh and tease her. "You don't fall in love, oh." But one day, after Favor left for the market, Emmanuel came to their compound. Blessing was alone at home, washing her clothes. "Ah, you're Favor's friend," Emmanuel said, sitting on the bench. "Yes," Blessing replied, squeezing soap out of her wrapper. "You're even finer than her," he said, smiling. Blessing looked up. "You're just saying that." "I mean it," he said, his eyes steady. That was how her heart opened, a little crack. Emmanuel began coming to see Favor, but sometimes he stayed longer just to talk to Blessing. One day, he touched her hand. "Don't do that," Blessing said. "I'm sorry, I can't help how I feel." Blessing told herself it was a joke, but deep inside, her heart started beating differently. Months passed. Emmanuel officially proposed to Favor. Her family was happy. The village women danced. Blessing helped with everything, selecting wrappers, planning the list, even helping Favor write her speech. But behind all her smiles, something had changed. 1 week to the traditional wedding, Favor traveled to visit her aunt in another village. She was going to buy her wedding beads and shoes. The night before she left, she hugged Blessing. "Please take care of Emmanuel while I'm gone." Blessing nodded. "I will." The moment Favor left, Emmanuel came to see Blessing. This time, he didn't hide. "Do you really love her?" Blessing asked, her voice shaking. Emmanuel looked at her. "I want peace, not love." "What does that mean?" she whispered. "It means I feel more alive when I'm with you." That night, he kissed her, and Blessing didn't stop him. The next day, she cooked for him, washed his clothes, laughed at his jokes. By the third day, he spent the night in her room. When Favor returned, she noticed something was off. "Did something happen?" she asked. "No, oh," Blessing laughed. "You know this village is boring without you." But Emmanuel stopped touching her the same way. He avoided eye contact. He said he was tired and busy. Favor was confused. "Are you okay?" He nodded. "Just stress." 3 days to the wedding, everything crashed. Mama Neka, the village gossip, came to where Favors was buying groceries in the market with a strange look. "You never hear. Your Emmanuel and Blessing have been sleeping together." Favor dropped her basket. "It's a lie. I saw them. Ask her." Favor ran to Blessing's house. She didn't knock. She pushed the door open. There they were, sitting close. Favor, with tears in her eyes, screamed, "So this is true?" Blessing stood up. "It wasn't planned." Favor slapped her. "You're a snake, a devil." Emmanuel stood up. "Don't blame her. I came to her first." "You came to me first too," Favor cried. "You told me you loved me." He looked down. "I did, but things changed." Favor ran out. She cried until her eyes were swollen. The wedding was canceled. Her family was ashamed. The village whispered. But the worst pain was not Emmanuel. It was Blessing, her best friend, the one who held her hand, prayed with her, danced with her. Favor locked herself in the room for days. Her mother begged her to eat. "You can't die because of love," Mama said. "You must rise." But rising wasn't easy. 2 weeks later, Blessing and Emmanuel got married in secret. Just a few people attended. No music, no dancing. The villagers called it the cursed wedding. Nobody smiled. After the wedding, Favor decided to leave Umuez. She moved to her uncle's house in Aba. She started working in a tailoring shop. She stitched clothes with tears in her heart. But slowly, time helped her heal. One day, a customer came in. He wore glasses and smiled warmly. "I want to sew a senator wear," he said. Favor measured him. They talked. His name was Paul. He was a teacher in a nearby school. They became friends. Then more than friends. Paul was patient. He didn't rush her. After 1 year, Paul proposed. Favor said yes, but she told him everything about Emmanuel, Blessing, the betrayal. Paul held her hand. "That pain made you stronger. I love all of you, even your scars." They returned to Umuez for the wedding. When the villagers saw Favor again, they shouted with joy, "She has come back stronger." Even Mama Neka brought rice and meat. Blessing heard about the wedding. She stood at her window and watched from afar. Her marriage with Emmanuel was full of fights and shame. He was never home. He lost his job in the city. Sometimes she would stare at herself in the mirror and whisper, "Was it worth it?" On Favor's wedding day, she wore white and smiled like sunlight. As she danced with Paul, she felt peace, not revenge, not pain, just peace. After the wedding, Favor opened her own fashion shop in the village. She trained young girls, gave free clothes to widows, and helped orphans. One day, Blessing came to the shop. Her eyes were red. She held a small bag. "I came to say sorry," she said. Favor looked at her, calm. "Do you remember when we said we'd grow old together, with our children playing under the mango tree?" Blessing nodded, crying. "I broke that promise." Favor stood up and hugged her. Some friendships die, but some lessons remain forever. From that day, they didn't become close again, but there was no more hate, just a quiet forgiveness, because sometimes healing means letting go, not holding on. And sometimes the people who hurt us teach us the power of loving ourselves. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share with your loved ones, and make sure to turn on your notification bell to be notified once I post another story.